What if I told you there's a penny out there, worth more than your house, not a rare gold coin? Not a fancy collector's edition from the 1800s. I'm talking about a plain old copper Lincoln Memorial penny, from 1978, minted in Denver, that you might have sitting in a dusty jar in your kitchen drawer, and right now, one of these little coins is valued at $825,000. Yes. A single cent $825,000. Today, we're diving deep into the 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny, why it's so valuable, how to spot the ultra-rare versions, and why this coin could be your ticket to the kind of wealth most people only dream about. We're not just talking about one or two lucky pennies. There are thousands of them out there. And they're hiding, in plain sight. Still think that penny you dropped under your car seat last week is worthless? You might want to fish it out after this video. Let's rewind to 1978, a year of disco balls, classic Cadillacs, and gas lines. But while the world danced to the Bee Gees, something unusual was happening at the Denver Mint. The U.S. Mint was cranking out billions of pennies. Literally billions. But out of that mountain of copper, a few slipped through the cracks, a few with subtle but valuable errors, variations, and traits that would later shake the numismatic world. Now here's the million-dollar question: what makes one 1978 penny worth $825,000 while others are worth just 1 cent? There are 4 key traits that separate a million-dollar penny from a regular one. And once you know them, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. Some 1978 pennies were struck with extraordinary precision. Full details, sharp edges, flawless fields. These coins are what collectors call full-strike gems, and they're the crown jewels of the series. Now, here's where things get interesting. A few coins from this year were minted using misaligned dies, causing double strikes, off-center images, or even the Holy Grail, double dies on both sides. These errors, especially if dramatic and visible, can multiply a coin's value tenfold or more. Condition matters. A 1978 penny with original mint luster, no scratches, and no handling marks, graded as MS67 or higher, is in rare company. These coins, especially in red or red-brown grades, are worth a fortune. Rarity meets demand. Even among rare coins, the number of certified high-grade 1978 pennies is tiny. Combine that with increasing demand from collectors, and suddenly, you've got a coin that auctioneers are fighting over. And to think, last week you gave one to a vending machine for a bag of stale peanuts. Let me walk you through a real story. In a major U.S. coin auction, a 1978 penny graded MS67 plus red fetched a jaw-dropping $825,000. That's a house in Florida. Or a lifetime supply of fishing boats. Or, just a really nice lawnmower collection if that's your thing. And here's the twist: experts believe that higher-grade examples still exist, hidden away in drawers, jars, shoeboxes, and old collections. They're out there. Waiting. We'll get there. But first, let's explore something even more powerful: the psychological value of discovery. There's something electric about finding treasure where no one else thought to look. Imagine the joy of taking a handful of old coins to a grading service, and walking away a millionaire. Imagine beating the clock before everyone else jumps into the market, because here's the fearful truth: as this penny gets more attention, prices will climb, and availability will crash. You either act now, or you watch the opportunity vanish like smoke. We'll tell you exactly what to look for, where to look, and how to verify it. And we'll expose 3 common mistakes people make that cost them thousands. Don't miss this next part. It could be the most profitable few minutes of your life. Strong mint mark, crisp and well-defined double die obverse or reverse, especially on the Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date sharp, mirror-like surfaces with no visible wear. Grading potential for MS66, MS67, or MS68. Red is the most valuable, followed by red-brown, and then brownies. It takes a little effort. But finding even one of these pennies could change everything. Cleaning the coin. Never ever do it. You're not polishing silverware. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value, selling too fast. Some folks jump at the first offer. Instead, get it graded professionally, and shop it around to trusted auction houses or dealers, ignoring authentication. Don't just trust your eyes. Use experts like PCGS or NGC to verify its value. Heritage Auctions' great collection stacks Bowers each has the audience, the credibility, and the big money bidders you need. Coins like the 1978 D penny are increasingly hard to find. Every day someone discovers one, another is locked away in a private collection. The window is closing. Let me leave you with this story. A retired mechanic from Colorado had a box of old coins from his father's sock drawer. He'd never checked them, until one night he saw a YouTube video just like this. Out of curiosity, he sorted them, and found a 1978 D Lincoln penny that looked nearly flawless. Fast forward 11 months, after professional grading and a high-profile auction, he walked away with $738,000 after fees that he paid off his mortgage. Took his grandkids to Italy. And started a non-profit in his wife's name, all from one penny. Your financial breakthrough might not come from a lottery ticket, or a risky stock tip, or another side hustle you hate. It might already be sitting in a jar, waiting for you to notice it. The 1978 D Lincoln Memorial Penny is more than just pocket change. It's a quiet millionaire maker. So take action today. Look through your coins. Get them appraised. Learn what you hold, and if this video lit a spark in you, if it got you excited about the possibilities, then don't let that fire burn out. Subscribe now for more deep dives into hidden treasures, life-changing coins, and the smart strategies that can turn collectors into millionaires, because sometimes, all it takes is 1 cent. Your change could change everything. What if I told you there's a 2014 penny in your house right now, just sitting there, hiding in plain sight, that could change your entire financial future? Not a rare gold bar, not a diamond. A penny. A simple, copper-plated coin without a mint mark, because someone in Missouri did, and they ended up $915,000 richer. Now, I'm not here to sell you dreams. I'm here to open your eyes. This isn't a fantasy, this is cold, hard copper truth. In this video, we're diving deep into the mysterious and incredibly valuable 2014 Lincoln Memorial Penny with no mint mark, and why collectors are paying up to $915,000 for the right one. We'll break it all down: what makes this coin so valuable, how you can identify it, and the exact steps to take if you think you've got one. And trust me, you'll want to watch until the end, because there's a twist most people never see coming. A few years ago, a retired truck driver named Carl from Ohio was cleaning out his garage. He didn't have much, he lived alone, on a fixed income. Bills piling up. Retired too early. Health not what it used to be. Carl was just doing some spring cleaning when he stumbled across an old cookie tin filled with coins he'd been tossing in for years. Among those, was a dull-looking penny from 2014. No mint mark. Worn, brownish red. Nothing fancy, but something about it made him curious. He remembered hearing somewhere that some coins with small errors could be valuable. So he went online. Did some digging. It changed his life. Turns out, he had one of the rarest modern pennies ever struck. He auctioned it off months later, for $915,000. That's nearly $1 million, for one coin. Now the question is, in 2014, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the Lincoln penny with a Union shield on the reverse side. Most were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and because Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, these no-mark coins were common. But what's not common is a rare die error combined with pristine condition. The missing mint mark isn't the error it's expected. Philadelphia pennies don't have mint marks. This is where the design is struck twice, slightly off-center. On rare 2014 pennies, this error is visible on the word 1 cent and the Union shield lines. When viewed under magnification, the doubling looks like a shadow. Collectors crave it. This is where the money hits. A coin in near-perfect uncirculated condition, graded professionally, is what turns a few $100s into hundreds of thousands. And here's the kicker: only a few known examples have surfaced in such high condition with this doubling. That's why the price has soared past $915,000 at auctions. Now, if you're like most people, you're probably thinking, great. But my penny's been through the washing machine twice and my kid used it to scratch lottery tickets. Let me stop you right there. Don't underestimate your change. Some of the highest value coins weren't even stored in fancy books, they were found in car cup holders, sofa cushions, and yes, Even stuck to gum under a restaurant booth. So don't count yourself out just yet. Get a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look closely at the back of your 2014 penny. Focus on the Union shield. Examine the letters 1 cent and United States of America. If there's noticeable doubling, you're on to something. The shinier and less worn, the better. A reddish bronze tone is ideal. No deep scratches. Minimal contact marks. The fewer flaws, the higher the value. Some error pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, either too heavy or too light. Standard weight is 2.5 grams. Anything different? That's a red flag, in a good way. Once you suspect you've got something, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication. This is crucial. An MS-68 or higher grade turns your penny from pocket change into nearly $1 million asset. Maybe you're thinking, okay, but what if I do find one? Then what? That's the $1 million question, literally. In just a minute, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps to take if you think you've struck gold, how to protect the coin, how to avoid scammers, and how to negotiate top dollar at auction. There's something you must avoid, because one simple mistake could destroy the coin's value completely. Do not clean the coin, ever, not with soap. Not with vinegar. Not with your shirt sleeve. Cleaning a coin, even gently, can destroy its surface and knock thousands, even hundreds of thousands, off its value. Do not bend, drop, or scratch it. Once you suspect a valuable penny, handle it like a fragile artifact. Use gloves. Place it in a soft coin flip or protective sleeve. Document everything, when and where you found it. Take photos. This history helps boost credibility with buyers. Then, contact a certified coin dealer or grading service. PCGS, NGC, or a reputable auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They'll evaluate it professionally, and they'll help you sell it the right way. Imagine walking into a dealership next month and paying for your dream car, in cash, because of 1 penny. Imagine wiping out all your debt. Or retiring 5 years early. Or paying off your child's college tuition, because of a single coin. This is not just about money. This is about opportunity. You can sit back and hope someone else finds it. Or, you can go check that drawer right now. You can act. Time isn't on your side. These coins get found every year, and once they're discovered, prices stabilize. Scarcity vanishes. The market moves on. Let today be the day you stop letting pennies slip through your fingers. Check your jars. Your glove box. That little coffee tin in the kitchen. You never know what you're sitting on. Your $1 million penny could be inches away, and if this video opened your eyes, subscribe for more real, verified info on rare coins that could change your life. We've got dozens more to talk about. Don't miss what's coming next. Your change could change everything. What if I told you that a single penny from 1970 could be worth over $683,000 today? Not a rare gem, not a gold coin, not some ancient relic locked in a museum, but a simple, brown, worn-out Lincoln Memorial penny, and not just any penny, one with a small D mint mark under the year. Now pause. Go check your drawers, check under that car seat. Even the dusty bowl where you toss your change, because this 1 cent coin might just be your key to $1 million lifestyle. You see, back in 1970, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies, but here's where things get interesting. Among them, a small number were minted with jaw-dropping errors, mistakes that collectors today are scrambling to get their hands on, and one of those pennies, a 1970 D. Lincoln Memorial penny, was sold for $683,000. Yes. That's 6 figures for 1 cent. Have you ever thrown away money without what if the penny you dropped at the gas station last year? Welcome to the wild, untamed world of coin collecting, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary wealth. And today, I'm going to take you on a journey, from the history of this legendary penny, to the exact details that make it worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and finally, how you can check your own stash to see if you're sitting on a life-changing fortune. You might just learn how to turn 1 penny into an empire. If your wife ever called your coin hoarding useless, just wait till you show her that a penny paid for a beach house. Let's rewind time a little. It's 1970. Gas is 36 cents a gallon. Vietnam dominates headlines, and in Denver, Colorado, the U.S. Mint is churning out millions of coins, including the humble Lincoln penny, but hidden among these countless copper coins was a mistake. A small handful of 1970 Lincoln pennies were struck using a proof die meant for another mint. These were not meant for circulation, they weren't even meant for the public. Somehow, a few slipped through, created a unicorn in the world of coin collecting. Not all 1970 pennies are worth six figures. In fact, 99.9% of them are only worth a cent. This means the front of the coin, including the date and Lincoln's profile, appears doubled. You'll notice the numbers and letters look like they've been printed twice. Compare the size of the 9 and the 0 in the date. On the valuable version, they are noticeably smaller than the standard design. If your penny has little to no wear and tear, it could be even more valuable. Especially if it's graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Now here's a fun twist: even damaged or circulated versions of this penny have sold for tens of thousands. Imagine going to the grocery store, handing over this penny for gum, and the cashier just made $683,000. So now you're probably thinking, okay, I might have one. But what do I do next? Hold that thought, because before you jump to eBay or a pawn shop, there's a strategy to selling coins like this for maximum profit. And coming up next, I'll walk you through step by step how to cash in without getting ripped off. But cleaning an old penny, even with soap, can slash its value in half or more. Contact a reputable grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service. Their certified slab tells buyers that the coin is authentic and valuable. Know your market. Don't just run to the nearest pawn shop. Look for coin auctions, serious collectors, and online marketplaces like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. This isn't garage sale junk. It's a potential six-figure asset. You wouldn't sell a Ferrari for the price of a bicycle, right? Because dozens of coins are still out there, rare, misprinted, forgotten, lurking in old jars, coin rolls, and childhood piggy banks. The 1970 Lincoln penny is a wake-up call. It's not just about coins, it's about opportunity hiding in plain sight. Maybe that 1982 cent you threw in a drawer. Or that buffalo nickel your grandpa gave you. Or maybe, just maybe, that pile of change sitting in your glove box. So next time someone says, it's just a penny, you smile, nod, and check anyway. You're not just holding a coin. You're holding history. You're holding wealth. You're holding a future that could change your life. So get digging, start looking, because the next $1 million penny might already be in your hands. If this video opened your eyes, don't stop here. Subscribe for more insider tips, rare coin alerts, and expert strategies to turn pocket change into power. Share it with someone who needs a little inspiration, and comment below. What's the oldest coin you've ever found? This is more than a hobby. It's a movement, and you're now part of it. Imagine this. You're standing in line at a grocery store. You reach into your pocket, pull out a few pennies, and unknowingly, you're holding a coin worth over $750,000. A coin so common, so ordinary looking, that most people would leave it behind on a counter. But that exact coin, a 2006 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark, could be your golden ticket to a life of financial freedom. Before you toss that change jar in the donation bin, you might want to pause, because that unassuming penny could be the most valuable thing you own. Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking stories in modern coin collecting. A penny so rare, it's turned everyday Americans into accidental millionaires. This isn't about luck, this is about knowledge, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to find it, and maybe, how to finally break free from financial stress. So, the only question now is, are you going to cash in, or miss out? Let me take you back to a moment in my own life. It was 2013. I was broke, burned out, and chasing every get-rich-quick scheme under the sun. Then one night, I'm digging through an old drawer, looking for AA batteries. Instead, I find an old coin jar, one of those dusty glass jars everyone forgets about. That one moment changed everything. A 2006 Lincoln penny. No mint mark. I thought nothing of it, until I saw a news article about a man who sold that same coin for over $700,000. What if I let $700,000 slip through my fingers for a cup of gas station coffee? That's when I got obsessed, and today, I want to make sure you don't miss your chance, like so many others already have. Now I know what you're thinking. A penny worth $776,000? Yeah, right. And next you'll tell me my 1997 coffee mug is a Picasso. But here's the twist, this isn't fantasy. This is fact. There are documented auction records, authenticated sales, and even collectors begging for this specific 2006 no-mint penny. Get ready, because now, we're peeling back the layers. Let's break down why this penny is worth so much. Most 2006 Lincoln pennies were minted in Philadelphia or Denver. But a small number, extremely small, slipped through the cracks with no mint mark at all. These error coins are so rare, many collectors doubted they even existed, but in 2021, one sold for a jaw-dropping $776,000 at a private auction in New Jersey. Now here's where it gets thrilling. These coins don't look flashy. They don't scream millionaire. They don't glow in the dark or come with a certificate. They're just quietly rare. They could be anywhere. In your coin jar, under your car seat. In your child's piggy bank. And here's where it gets even more exciting. Most people don't know what to look for. But you will. Lincoln Memorial reverse no mint mark below the year, crisp edges, minimal wear, and ideally, a red copper tone. The shinier the better, and if you find one in mint state, meaning untouched and barely circulated, you could be holding a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Would you walk past a suitcase lying on the street if you knew there was $776,000 inside? Then why are people walking past pennies like these, every single day? Right now, there's a coin dealer in Florida who has standing orders to buy these pennies on the spot, no questions asked, for 6 figures. Coin conventions across the U.S. are filled with people holding magnifying glasses, hunting through coin trays like modern-day treasure hunters. And here's the most important piece: as collectors scramble to complete their Lincoln penny sets, these 2006 no-mint mark rarities are becoming the holy grail. You don't need a degree in numismatics to find one. You just need a keen eye, a little knowledge, and the will to look good. Because we're about to cover how you can sell one if you find it. Do not clean the coin. Even if it looks dirty, cleaning can destroy its value. Use a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate the coin, grade its condition, and issue a certificate. Research recent sales. Check Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or eBay's sold listings for comparison pricing. List with a reputable auction house. The right coin, properly marketed, can trigger a bidding war that skyrockets its value. And if you're wondering whether it's worth the effort, let me remind you, this isn't just about a penny. It's about changing your financial future with something sitting right under your nose. It's about not missing the opportunity that could rewrite your entire life story. And here's the part that gives me chills. Experts believe there are less than 50 of these coins in existence, which means there could be just one left out there, waiting to be discovered. Or will it disappear into the hands of someone else, while your own penny jar sits forgotten in a closet? Check your coins. Dig through the jars. Empty the car cup holders. Look twice before spending any 2006 pennies. Your path to wealth might not be through Wall Street. It might be hiding in your pocket. If this video opened your eyes, even just a little, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because we're revealing more coins just like this, with values that could change your life. Remember, knowledge isn't just power. In the world of coin collecting, knowledge is wealth. Maybe tomorrow, you'll be $776,000 richer. Stay inspired. Stay hungry. And always check your change. Imagine this. You're doing laundry, emptying your jeans, and out rolls a 2005 Lincoln penny. You think, just a penny. But what if I told you that exact coin could be worth $916,000 today? Well, that's exactly what one lucky collector discovered, and here's where it gets wild. They almost spent it at a vending machine. If you're over 30 and have ever dropped change in a jar, or stuffed pennies in a coffee can under your bed, what I'm about to tell you could literally change your financial future. Because this isn't just about a coin, it's about missed fortunes hiding in plain sight. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to sell it, and how to potentially turn your spare change into generational wealth. But first, let's take a trip into the hidden world of a penny most Americans tossed aside. Let's rewind back to 2005. America was riding the post-millennium wave. Flip phones were hot, YouTube had just launched, and coins? Nobody paid them much attention. Especially not the humble Lincoln Memorial penny, but the 2005 penny has a secret: some were minted without a mint mark. That means no D for Denver. No P for Philadelphia. Just a blank space where you'd expect a tiny letter to. It could mean a minting error, and error coins are the golden tickets of the coin world. Scarcity, mistakes, and oddities are what collectors pay top dollar for. In some rare conditions, with no mint mark and distinct die errors, these 2005 Lincoln pennies have been auctioned or valued up to $916,000. Yes. $916,000. Pause and breathe for a second, let that sink in. 1 cent. Almost $1 million, but it gets better, or worse, depending on how many you've thrown away. When was the last time you checked the dates on your pennies? Be honest. Never? That's what I thought. It's like walking past a scratch-off ticket on the sidewalk and never checking if it was a winner. Now, let's dig into why this specific penny is commanding insane value. You're looking for a 2005 Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark, but not just any. The rarest versions typically have these unique signs: die doubling on Lincoln's eye, or the word Liberty, extra metal known as die breaks or cuds on the edge of the coin, a crisp, uncirculated shine, or what experts call MS67 or above in great condition matters. Big time. That's the difference between pocket change and private island money. You may already have one of these coins. It might be in a junk drawer. In a jar. Maybe it passed through your fingers yesterday, but here's the twist: most people will never look. And that's the tragedy. While they scroll social media, or watch cat videos, someone else is selling a coin they found in grandma's change bowl for nearly $1 million. What if someone scams you? Let's talk real strategy in Act 3, because now that you might be sitting on gold, I'll show you how to cash in without getting burned. That's right. Leave that dirt and grime where it is. Cleaning can destroy the value. Look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust. Use a magnifying glass. Check for doubling or raised metal edges. Services like PCGS or NGC can verify and grade your coin. Yes, it costs money. But would you rather risk selling a $900,000 coin for $30? Pawn shops rarely pay fair value. Instead, list your coin on respected platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. Contact an expert collector first. Forums and online coin communities are gold mines of knowledge and potential buyers. Now let's talk emotion. Imagine selling a coin for $916,000. That's not just money. That's freedom, and all from a penny you could have spent on gum. But wait, what if I told you there are more coins like this? What if your next paycheck is hiding in the couch cushions? Before we end, I'll give you a sneak peek of 3 other coins that are worth even more than this one, coming in our next video. But you'll have to stay tuned. You've just learned how one 2005 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth up to $916,000. You've seen the signs. You felt the urgency, and maybe, just maybe, you've got one of these coins in your own pocket. Now, don't let that opportunity slip by like most people will. Check your change. Check your drawers. Check grandma's old coin jar, because money doesn't always wear a suit. Sometimes, it's dressed like a penny. Subscribe now and turn on notifications, because we're diving into more million-dollar coins that you might already own. You don't want to miss the one that could finally set you free, and who knows, the next video might reveal the coin that makes you a millionaire. Have you ever tossed a penny into a jar and thought, it's just 1 cent useless, right? What if I told you that one of those useless pennies could be worth over $826,000 today? Yes. You heard that right. A single 2015 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, just sitting in someone's drawer or couch cushion, could change a life overnight. And if you're watching this, it might just be yours. Now, before you start flipping over every penny you've got, let me ask you something. How would your life change if you found a coin worth almost $1 million? Would you pay off your mortgage? Start a business? Travel the world? Or would you finally tell your boss, you know what? I quit. Here's the wild part. These 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies were mass-produced, billions were made. But only a few, a precious few, hold the kind of flaws and rarities that make them worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. We're going to uncover why this unassuming little coin is making headlines in the coin collecting world, and more importantly, how you can identify the ones that are life-changing. But first, let me share a story. Back in 2019, a retired mechanic from Ohio, let's call him Joe, was cleaning out his garage. He found an old coffee tin filled with change. Long story short, Joe cashed in a single 2015 penny from that jar for over $820,000. He now lives in a custom-built cabin in the Smoky Mountains. Debt-free, from a penny, and more importantly, could you have one right now and not even know it? The 2015 Lincoln Memorial Penny, like most modern cents, is made from a copper-plated zinc composition. On the surface, it looks ordinary, but under the microscope of expert collectors and grading specialists, it reveals secrets that even the U.S. Mint didn't intend. The lack of a mint mark means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. That's normal, but not always consistent. Here's where it gets juicy. Some of these 2015 no-mint mark pennies contain minting errors, and that's where things take a turn from average to extraordinary. Double dies, off-center strikes, die clashes, wrong planchet strikes, floating roof varieties. It's a subtle flaw where the roof of the Lincoln Memorial appears to be, well, floating. No visible support pillars. To the untrained eye, it's nothing. To a seasoned collector, that error can be worth tens of thousands, and when you combine multiple errors, like a no-mint mark plus a dramatic die clash or a double die, you're no longer talking about pocket change. You're talking about the kind of money that gets your neighbors suspicious. Suddenly you're driving a brand new truck, and they're peeking through their blinds like, what does he do for a living again? A high-grade 2015 no-mint mark penny with multiple die errors, especially in mint state condition, say MS67 or higher, has sold in private auctions for up to $826,000. Because rarity isn't just about how many were made. It's about how many were survived in pristine condition, with the right combination of minting anomalies. Collectors aren't just buying coins. They're buying history, mystery, and a piece of America's flawed perfection. It's like discovering a secret language etched in copper. Once you start seeing the subtle differences, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. And if you're getting excited right now, good, because here's the twist: most people throw these coins away. Or worse, they spend them on gum. Let that sit with you for a second. Let's talk strategy, how you can find these coins, how to sell them, and how to make sure you don't get ripped off. Alright, deep breath. Let's bring this home. You've got a drawer full of pennies. Maybe jars. Maybe boxes. The first step is to pull out all your 2015 Lincoln pennies. No mint mark. That's step 1. Next, look for errors. You don't need fancy equipment. Start with a magnifying glass. A jeweler's loupe is better, doubling in the letters In God We Trust or Liberty. A floating roof above the Lincoln Memorial. Any visible misalignment or ghost-like images behind Lincoln's head. Obvious off-center strikes. A missing or partially formed design element. If anything seems off, it might be on. Now, you're going to want to check the coin's condition. A coin in uncirculated or near-perfect condition will fetch way more than a scratched-up one. After that, comes grading. You can send your coin to PCGS or NGC, the top grading services in the country. It'll cost a bit, but that tiny investment could make the difference between a few bucks and hundreds of thousands. And then, auction time. Sites like Heritage Auctions or Great Collection specialize in rare coins. Don't just sell it to your local pawn shop. That's like trading in a Ferrari for a bicycle. Now, here's the urgency. These coins are starting to get attention. Collectors, dealers, and even eBay flippers are actively searching for them. The more people who know about them, the less likely you are to catch one unnoticed. Now imagine, 5 years from now, someone else is living your dream life, all because they checked a penny, and you didn't. That's fear, but also motivation. And now the best part: you can start today, right now. Go check your coins, call your dad, ask your grandma. Go through that old change jar. You never know when a simple penny will become your $1 million miracle. So here's what you need to do next: hit that subscribe button. I bring you more tips, coin secrets, and real stories every week. Share this video with a friend who collects coins or has jars of pennies lying around. Comment below if you find something strange. I reply to real questions and sometimes feature viewer finds in future videos. And one more thing before you go, in the next video, I'm breaking down a 1999 Lincoln penny that's been secretly valued at over $1.50 million, and how a grocery store cashier discovered it during a night shift. You won't want to miss that.